I'd like to take some time now and show you how to process, or one way to process, an array within Java. So an example could be, I have an array with 3 separate strings coming in, one with the value of Tom, one with the value of Smart, and one with the value of Gematrix. As we have seen in a prior video, each one of these strings in the array has an index. The first one is index 0, the second is index 1, and then incrementing again by 1, the next index would be 2. The length of this array is 3 because there's 3 elements in this array. So now what we're going to do is look at a couple ways that I could process this array within the Java language. So let's say my main method is going to process this array. Let's go through and we'll begin within the main method with processing the array. I have several options to do that. One is the for loop. Let me show you again. For is a template and I can iterate over an array. Because the array is declared right in front of it in this method, when I double click this, it's going to iterate over the args array. Pretty cool, huh? Now notice what it does. There's 3 parts to the for loop. For int I equals 0. As we saw before, I can declare a variable of a type in my code. This is declared in the for block. So I declare a new variable of primitive type int, and I'll call it I. And I assign it with an equal sign to 0. So that happens once. Now this second part in a for loop, after the semicolon, this is the looping criteria, which will determine whether or not I should stay in the loop. As long as I, this value, is less than args.length. Well, if I have 3 elements in my array, I, which is 0, is less than 3. So this will be true. And after each time it processes all the instructions within the braces, it'll do an I++, which is an operator, which means add 1 to I. So, what are we going to do in here? Let's just do a sysout. Remember that I spoke about? It's a template that we can use. And all I'm going to do is print out args bracket I. I will be the value that I've just incremented, starting off with 0. And then when I increment it again, it'll be 1 and then 2. Now when it increments to 3, it checks. Is arg's length less than or greater than I? Well, if I is 3, is 3 less than 3? No. So at the third time that I've incremented it, it will no longer go through the loop. This condition here will no longer be true, which will stop the loop. So let's go through, save this, and now I'm going to run the configuration on this. I'm going to look at my data. There's my 3 entries. And let's see what happens. When I run this, notice if I look at the run, it printed Tom, Smart, and Gematrix. And that happened right within here. I could also do something like this. Sys out. Oops, typo. Try that again. Sys out. And I'm going to print out value of index is, and then I'm going to use a plus sign, and we're going to talk about that, or we have talked about that in operators. The plus sign is, for numerics, it means add, but when I do something with a string, it means concatenate it or bring it together, join it together. So I'm going to join I, the value of I, next to the value of index is. So let's see what happens when I do that. I bring my console up. The value of index 0 is Tom. The value of index 1 is Smart. And the value of index 2 is Gematrix. So again, what we did is we looked at, using a for loop, how could we process through an array. I hope this helped. Thank you.